Learning N8N might be the worst decision you can make this year if you don't know how to approach it the right way. Most people quit before the first month, not because N8N is super hard to learn, but because they went in with the wrong expectations. And they think because they saw some YouTube tutorials, they will open N8N and all of a sudden become N8N wizards. But that is actually far from the truth. That's why I created this roadmap that shows you exactly what you can expect at each one of these stages, and we're going to cover it in this video. So let's get started. Now, as you can see, this is the roadmap that we're going to cover in this video. We're going to cover month 1, month 2 and month 3 and exactly what happens in each one of these months. So I want to start with the first week, in which you're going to start building simple automations, as you can see in this image over here, because the automations that you're going to build are going to be very basic, guys, with just a few nodes. Because in this week, guys, you will be learning things like what are triggers and how to use native nodes inside N8N. That's why you shouldn't expect to build very complex automations in your first week, because right now you might be watching a lot of YouTube videos and you see these massive automations with a lot of nodes and you think, oh, we'll just start and try to build one of these automations. Well, trust me, guys, in your first week you will not be able to build them simply because they're too complex for the knowledge level you have right now, and what you have to do is to slowly graduate to that level, which is of course going to happen if you keep putting in the work and the effort required, because after week 1 we have the time period of week number 2 all the way up to the end of our first month, where you will still be building some pretty simple automations, but the main part that is going to change is that you're going to start understanding how you can actually map out these automations, which basically means how you can figure out which nodes you need to add in order for you to build automations that do the exact thing that you want, which is a separate skill in itself, and if I'm gonna be honest, probably the most useful skill you're going to learn in N8N, since if you have the base nodes of your automation ready, then configuring them is not that hard. Like, you can go over to different AI models, ask them how you can configure them, watch some YouTube tutorials, etc, and you will be able to do it. The hardest part is to actually figure out which nodes you need to add, especially when you're a beginner. So that's what you're mainly going to be focusing on from week number 2 all the way over to the end of the first month. And slowly you will also start building systems with more than 6 to 7 nodes. So you might actually start building systems like this that are slightly more complex, but they're still not like super technical, and they don't have like 30 nodes or 40 nodes like some systems that you see on YouTube. So still, these systems are not going to be super advanced, but you're going to start getting the basic automation engineering skills that you need so you can build significantly more advanced automations in the future, which is the whole point of this period. Because in the next period, if I actually zoom out of here, we can see we actually go over to month number 2, which I think that every one of you in month number 2 needs to learn how to use HTTP requests, which is this small little node over here, which is one of the most used nodes inside N8N, simply because this HTTP request node allows you to hit all the third-party APIs that exist on the web, which indeed allows you to use a bunch of different services that are not natively integrated inside N8N. And this is actually going to allow you to do so many more things, and you're not going to be tied up to the nodes that N8N offers, because while N8N does offer a lot of nodes, guys, like I have no complaining there, they still don't offer everything, and there are a lot more third-party API services you can use that would be very useful in your automations, and that is exactly what the HTTP request node allows you to do. Is it allows you to go and use these third-party services without them having N8N node. But in order for you to do that, you need to learn how to configure these HTTP requests, and you're going to do that from reading the documentation of the different software programs. And guys, I have made multiple videos showing you how to do that, and I will link one of them over here that I show you how you can configure a specific HTTP request on that third-party API's documentation. But if I'm gonna be honest, if you can learn that to do for one third-party API, you basically learn it to do it for all, because they all have very similar documentations. And guys, in my opinion, being able to configure these documentations is actually a super useful skill for anything that you try to do within the AI field in the future. Even if you're not using N8N and you switch more over to vibe coding, you will still have to use third-party APIs. So that is a skill that is basically going to stay with you forever, and it's always going to be useful, simply because you're always going to need to hit some third-party API service in order for you to do something that your software doesn't do by itself. That's why I think learning how you can configure HTTP requests, while it might seem intimidating at the start, is actually a very useful skill that all of you should learn. Which actually leads us on to month number 3, which is the month that you're going to start building real-world automations. And what I mean by that is you're going to start building automations like these, which actually provide real-world value, and they're not simply practice projects. Because in this month, what you should do is really dive deep into what automations are in very big need from businesses all around the world, and you should focus focus on building these automations and try to master them as much as possible. And you will see, guys, that these automations aren't some YouTube video generation system that generates long form videos. They actually are content repurposing systems, so basically systems that take the long form video and automatically turn it into short form clips and then go and upload it over to your social media, which I have actually made multiple videos about, and I will link one of them somewhere around here so you can go and watch it. Then also some very useful systems are automatic follow-up systems, which basically every time you require a lead, they automatically follow up with them till you actually get on a call with them, close the deal, etc., basically reminding them of the person's offer. And the reason they're so useful is because when you keep following up with a person, they're significantly more likely to convert, simply because they don't forget about your offer. That's why these are also very useful systems to businesses, and you can very realistically sell them for thousands of dollars. And also my favorite, if I'm gonna be honest, the lead generation systems. These systems are very valuable. I think you can understand why, simply because they generate more leads for the business automatically, which of course more leads mean more money for the business, which means that a percentage of this money can actually go to you. That's why lead generation systems are one of the most profitable systems to sell, simply because their value is measured very easily based on the amount of qualified leads that they can generate, which in turn allows you to charge a percentage of this extra value that you provided and keep it obviously for yourself. That's why you need to understand why these automations are very valuable to businesses and the exact value that they bring to them. But in order for you to be able to understand that, you also need to understand the processes most businesses follow, which you can go and automate, and the processes that some businesses have that are better left intact, simply because automating them wouldn't make any sense for that specific business. Now, a process like this can be cold calling potential customers, for example, simply because if you automate this with an AI voice agent, the conversions will probably drop off, simply because people don't want a robot selling to them. So that's probably a process that you should be left intact, and you shouldn't automate it with an AI voice agent. But processes like the above over here are very good processes that can very easily be automated, and they also wouldn't hurt the business's performance. So that's honestly something you're going to figure out with time and by looking at different processes of different businesses. So then you can take this knowledge and apply it to help businesses streamline the processes that need to be streamlined, which you're more than likely going to start to do in month number 4, which brings us over perfectly to our last month over here, in which we're going to focus on selling our automations, because this is when people usually try to start monetizing and their completely new journey begins, because now they know how to build complex automations, they just have to learn how to sell them to businesses, because having all these amazing skills is useless if you cannot actually make money off of them and monetize them. Now, monetizing is not as simple as you might think. It actually requires a lot of work in order for you to start getting consistent high-paying clients, and believe it or not, that's the part that most people struggle with, since I have noticed that most people that learn automations tend to be very technical people, so they know exactly how they can build complex workflows inside N8N, how to hit HTTP requests, how to do human in the loops, how to do a bunch of complex technical things, but they're not very good at selling these solutions to businesses. And that's where my school community comes in, because inside it, I just built a 100-day roadmap that guarantees you your first paying customer. And I do that by showing you 4 different methods of selling your AI automations. So the first one is from Upwork, the second one is from using cold email, and the third and fourth one is by building an audience on platforms like YouTube and on Instagram, and then leveraging your audience and selling your automations to them. And I just recorded the 100-day roadmap, in which I basically told you exactly what you need to do every day in order for you to land your first paying AI and automation customer. And at the moment you're watching this video, it is going to be live inside this community. And just to make it as easy as I possibly can, if you don't actually manage to get your first paying customer after following my 100-day roadmap, I will simply give you all of your money back guarantee. All you have to do is to simply show me proof that you actually did the actions that I tell you to do these 100 days, and I will simply refund you all of your payments. So if you're interested in making money by selling your AI automations, don't miss out on this opportunity, because you simply have nothing to lose. So make sure you click the link in the description and come and check out my school community, where you're going to get access to all of this content, along with access to a community of 150 members that are interested in AI and, most importantly, making money with it. So again, click the link in the description and come and try it out. But now YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy this video, in which I go over the biggest mistake that most people do when they first start learning about N8N. So make sure you go and watch that next, and I will see you over there.